The monster standing in front of the boy wanted to cut him into pieces. It raised its weapon and was about to attack when suddenly its body went out of its own control. At that very moment, the boy felt a strange, almost insane sensation. The monster was now under his control. The boy jumped once just to test it, and the monster's arms moved up and down exactly the same way, copying his every motion. The boy immediately slammed his fist toward his own chest, and the monster mirrored the action, driving the knife in his hand straight into its own body. The pain was so intense that the monster screamed, collapsed to its knees, and begged for mercy. But it was already too late. The boy simply extended his hand, and in the next instant, the monster was absorbed into him. Within seconds, it transformed into the most dangerous armor, wrapping itself around the boy's body like a living black shell, so strong it felt as if no human wearing it could ever be broken. Empowered by this newfound strength, the boy went after an even greater enemy. Inside a temple, the sound of drums echoed through the air, but the god was nowhere to be seen. The boy shouted a challenge, and slowly the god's true form began to appear. Every movement of his massive body made the entire cave tremble. In front of this colossal being, the boy and the armored companion standing beside him looked like mere ants. At that moment, the god noticed something disturbing. The boy looked exactly like the enemy he hated the most. He inhaled deeply, sensed the boy's presence, and instantly recognized him. The boy's father had been killed by this very god beneath the same tree. The god had never imagined that the child would take such a risk, daring to challenge a god to avenge his father. His anger exploded, and he charged straight at them. At that moment, the black armor came alive and began fighting alongside the boy. They attacked the god's legs from different directions. Despite his enormous size, the god's speed was terrifying. The boy and the armor used all their strength, but not even a scratch appeared on the god's skin. In the next instant, the god delivered a powerful kick, and the black armor shattered into pieces. But it was not done yet. The fragments quickly began to reassemble themselves. Furious, the god slammed his fist into the ground. The armor narrowly dodged the attack, and at that moment, the boy realized the truth. The god had changed his target. Before the boy could react, the god's blow sent him crashing to the ground. He didn't even get time to breathe as the god continued his relentless assault. The boy was on the verge of death when the black armor threw a long sword at the god and then leapt forward itself to deliver the final strike. The god caught the armor with both hands and was about to crush it when the boy pulled a massive sword embedded in the wall and charged straight at the god. The god's attention shifted, saving the armor. But now the boy was in grave danger. The god's gigantic hand slammed him into the ground, forcing him deep into the earth. The black armor rushed in and rescued the boy at the right moment, then moved forward and began attacking the god with his blade. But the god clenched it tightly in his fist. Everything seemed over when suddenly the black armor spun and threw a sword that sliced through the hand of a red-haired demon nearby. This only enraged the god further. The black armor was still trapped in his palm, and in the next instant, the god crushed it completely, shattering the black armor into pieces once again.